journey for you. And, I'm sure you're looking forward to this first game and getting your career back started.
David.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Talk about this what you've been doing, getting ready to go here.
It's just been a lot of strain and a lot of grind, a lot of hard work done in the dark, as Coach Venables likes to say. It's a lot of commitment that takes place into accomplishing what we're trying to accomplish, and I think that's what me and the linebacker group and the rest of the defense has been doing, just keeping our head down and working.
You told me one time you were down to 232 or 7. Now they had you at 250. So what is your real weight?
My real weight is about 242, 245. I'm not sure where that 250 came from.
It just seems like you more than anybody has really kind of bought into this thing. Did you get almost like a new lease on life, if you will, just with your career as far as when everything happened and then a new staff coming in?
Yeah, I have to credit a lot of that to the staff that came in, with Coach Venables, with Coach Roof, with Coach Schmitty. Like from the first day I met them, I saw how intense and that intensity that they were going to bring to the program, and like it just sparked something in me that these are people that I would love to follow, and pretty much like you hear the saying, I'll run through a wall for this coach. That's exactly how I feel about every single one of them.
You obviously see the gains that you've made just on the field, but to be voted a team captain for the first game, is that kind of just reaffirmation that I'm doing things right around here?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said at the beginning, I've been just head down grinding, doing a lot of work in the dark, and having my teammates recognize that and vote me as captain, it's an honor, for sure.
Back in the day when Brent was just a defensive coordinator here, he would like take us to the side and like show us technique he was coaching. Like he just seems to be obsessed with little things like first steps, false steps, things like that. How much of that did you go through when you first started working with him?
I went through a huge amount of it, and I still go through it today. Like literally during this practice today, he's telling me about my steps, he's telling me about my strike, he's telling me about my entry angles when I'm blitzing. He's a very detail-oriented person, and that does nothing but up my game, so I'm very thankful that he's like that.
As a player, is that something that you've really needed? I mean, you've always kind of been more athletic than everybody else. Is it like a refinement that you haven't been taught before? Almost?
Yeah, 100%. Just like you said, I kind of just been banking on my athleticism and not realizing the details and how much better I could and how much more efficient I could move depending on the stuff he's been telling me. That's exactly what I consider translating.
How do you feel like you, Deshaun, particularly the rest of the elder statesmen in the group, have responded after TD went down with that injury? I know you guys are obviously a little bit stretched thin at the linebacker position now that he's down. So what do you feel like has been the challenges and what's been the silver lining going through all of that?
Well, the challenges is just we don't have. You take all the reps. There's no one else to sub with and stuff. But silver lining is just when you get to the game, you don't want to come off the field in the first place. TD going down was heartbreaking. Like as soon as he came here, we created a bond, and he is my best friend since the day he stepped on campus. But silver lining is just you get more time on the field at practice, and more time on the field just means more improvement.
What do you say about a guy like Jake McCoy that might take, I guess, an opportunity to step in and kind of fill where maybe TD would have been?
Jake has definitely been ready. He's been ready for this moment since the day he's in my class, so since the day we stepped on campus, he's been talking about how he's not going to be like just any other walk-on that just gets overlooked and is just a scout team player. He's my locker neighbor, and every single day he tells me he's coming, and he finally has the opportunity. So I'm super excited for Jake. I'm excited to see what he can do on the field. I know he's going to surprise a lot of people as well.
How have you guys really meshed now that everything has been set up for how do you feel like it's going into the first game?
I think it's going great. We have a great chemistry in that room. It's still a lot of competition as far as I know TD is down, but there's still a lot of guys in that room that could play. But as far as us meshing together, we have great chemistry. Like you'll see when it comes Saturday, you see how we're communicating on the field, communicating with each other, with the back end, and with the line. So the chemistry that we have is great.
I think people would say, they've seen a lot of growth from you. It seemed like when we talked to Danny Stutzman yesterday, he was kind of the same way. Like I think I'm kind of getting this in a way. What have you seen from Danny and kind of where he is now versus years ago?
Danny is a special breed because there's not a lot of freshmen. Even a year ago, I would have said that he was miles ahead of a lot of other freshmen across the country. But going into year 2, I think, like I said before, with this staff coming in, they just bring something out of you that you couldn't have brought out of yourself. So I've seen Danny go from up top to raise it even higher. So his standard and his limits is the sky. You know, there's nothing that Danny can't do with it.
How would you describe kind of your relationship off the field with each other? Are you
We're
close? Are you an odd couple? I mean, how does that work?
No, me and Danny are super close. He's super funny. I don't know if you ever had a conversation with him. Like, you can't talk with him without laughing. So me and Danny are super close. We're good friends. Hang out on the weekends and stuff.
At the end of the day, is it just confidence? It seems like you guys are more confident than ever than what you're doing or what you're going to be asked to do.
100% more confident. The separations and the preparation, and we prepare a lot. As you can see with Coach Venables, as I leave here, I'm be doing something related to football until I go to sleep. You know, so that's where the confidence comes from, is how much we prepare.
Is it almost like a thing you don't want to let the guy next to you down? I know that's like the cliche football line, but it seems like it rings true with you guys.
Yeah, 100%. Just like I said with the competition, and then past that, you know, I'm sure that Danny's going to do his job next to me. So I don't want to fail and not do my job, because it's like he's going to be looking at me like, bro, I was here, where were you?
Sure.
And that's not a good feeling to have ever.
Appreciate it, man.